GMA, we're tracking the latest on the devastating Maui wildfires. The death toll rising overnight to 106. Our Whit Johnson was granted access by FEMA to get into Lahaina, and he's there as they comb through the rubble. We're going to learn more about the victims this morning as well. And we've got damaging wind and, unfortunately, a victim in North Carolina from a tree that went in, many trees, into homes, cars, and, of course, the damaging wind reports up to 87 miles per hour. We'll get into all of that and who is going to get all the heat today, right here on GMA.
Ahead in the next hour, GMSA, pre-K for SA says backpacks will not be allowed on campuses after a gun is found in one belonging to a 3-year-old. What charges his parent could be facing. Plus, a major water leak reported for months with no response. What SAWS is saying about it and why it took so long to fix. And TransGuide looking live at 281 at Jones Maltzberger. Right now, GMSA, 75% of Texas is under a wildfire disaster declaration. Our fire crews in Comal County are using help from the state to stay ready and respond. Plus,
the thing about our Hawaiian people is that we're going to take care of each other.
As people of Maui cope with devastating wildfires, their Ohana Cross the Ocean is sending help. Now, how you can get involved also coming up.
And outside with live cam at San Antonio International Airport, we're still hovering around 80 degrees. But did you notice the change in humidity? It did make a bit of a difference.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. Happy Hump Day. It is 6 a.m. on your Wednesday, August 16th.
Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good week so far. And a lot of kiddos going back to school. So our big back to school week continues, and students from Judson, Floresville, and Randolph Field ISDs are all going back to class this morning.
Many started yesterday, including SAISD and SCUC ISD. There are several schools that will start next week as well. To see our complete list, check out ksat.com. And Justin's here with another back to school forecast.
Yes, we keep seeing those schools kind of adding to the list this week.
Very staggered this year.
It is, but great to hear the kids are having a good time at school. My kids did well yesterday, first day back.
Yay.
Good to hear. Let's take a look at the numbers this morning. If you're heading out the door to go to school or head to the bus stop, temperatures are in the 70s and 80s, 81 degrees in San Antonio right now. The one difference you'll notice if you step out the door, humidity is lower. I would like to see these temperatures come down a little bit more, and you think they would with the drier air. It just hasn't happened yet. Northeasterly winds at about 5 miles per hour. New Braunfels at 78, Seguin at 77. We're going to basically take away the heat index today because the air will be dry enough to where we won't have to deal with that. Still going to be hot, just an overall drier day, probably even a little bit drier than yesterday. So with that in mind, we have a high fire threat. The fire threat level jumping up this afternoon. The aquifer falling to new lows. We'll check in on those numbers. They're not great. And what's going on in the tropics? Maybe you've seen it on social media by now. There is the potential for disturbance to work its way into the Gulf of Mexico by next week. We're going to look into that, see what it means for our forecast, and see if it'll bring us some rain. More on that in a bit, but we got to check in on the roadways now and see how that morning commute is shaping up. Good morning, RJ.
Yeah, good morning, Justin, everyone out there. Things looking pretty good right now, and hopefully it stays that way throughout the rest of our 6 o'clock hours. We're taking a look at 35 Benton City Road. Traffic moving along smooth there. 35 at Palo Alto. Traffic moving pretty well in that area. And then 90 at Lackland. Yeah, 90 has been very busy throughout the entire week, so this is good news that we're seeing traffic and drivers getting through 90 West on the west side pretty smooth right now at the moment. So hopefully, knock on wood, that we keep that going on as we take a look at our citywide maps. And traffic again, no major problems to speak of. We had some overnight construction that has been cleared out, so that is good news out there. We mentioned school starting today, so obviously we want to remind people about some bus passing rules. So here we go. Let's take a look at a couple different scenarios. Vehicles traveling in both directions must stop on a regular 2-lane road, so that's something to keep in mind. When we have a multi-lane paved road here, we have vehicles also traveling both directions must stop. Now, the only time we're going to see a little bit of difference here is on a divided highway. Now, vehicles traveling in the opposite direction can proceed, but with caution. So make sure that you are taking note of the school zones out there and these bus passing rules as you make your way around the city of San Antonio with the kiddos headed out to the bus stop on this Wednesday morning. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. It was an especially dangerous battle, but firefighters have managed to put out a fire at a home where they also had to deal with live ammunition.
Katrina Weber is live where all of this has been happening, a street called Clydeville off of Nakoma that is near San Antonio International Airport.
Katrina, good morning. Do they know how this fire started?
Good morning. They do not have an exact cause. I just talked to the battalion chief about 2 minutes ago, and she says at this time they still don't know how it started, but they do know where it started, on the side of the house. Now, this fire is out. They had been here since about 4 o'clock this morning working on it. According to what we were told by police officers earlier, they say they got here first. They could hear some of those rounds, that live ammunition going off inside the house. There were 2 people who live here who managed to escape on their own. They were checked out by paramedics, and I just confirmed with the battalion chief that they are fine. They did not have any injuries after all. It was just a precaution. It took them a while to get this fire knocked out because they say, from what we can see here, there's the main house, but then there are also other buildings attached to it, a garage and so forth. And so they had fire in all of those areas as well as in the front and backyards. They did get this knocked down, but the damage is extensive. They say that the people will not be able to move back into this house because they have certain areas of the roof that have collapsed inside. But again, no injuries related to this fire. It was a situation, according to what police told us anyway, where it was pretty dangerous with that ammunition going off. And in fact, that's why they put up this crime scene tape to keep us back from that immediate area. Reporting live on the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, the current hot, dry, windy conditions are without a doubt a recipe for disaster throughout our entire region. It's especially tough to deal with for rural fire crews and first responders. Burn bans and wildfire emergency declarations in full effect for all of our surrounding counties, or nearly all. Fire crews also have to use caution when training. Due to a water shortage, most drills are done without water, actually. There's also a growing concern that residents in newly built communities are not aware of the extreme danger that they're living next to.
The edge of your neighborhood is nothing but lots of unburnt fuel that's right next to a bunch of structures that could add its fuel to that fire as well.
In Comal County right now, people wanting to do things like welding, grinding, or other so-called hot work need to get a permit from the fire marshal. Well, over to Hawaii now. And the wildfire death toll in Maui climbed past 100 overnight.
It's now been more than a week since that fire erupted, and as ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, only about 30% of that area has been searched so far.
Overnight, ABC News gaining access to Lahaina, the historic town on Maui destroyed by a deadly wildfire.
So if there was fuel to burn, the fire burned it.
Homes still smoldering as rescuers search charred buildings and cars. ABC's Whit Johnson is there.
This is our first trip into Lahaina to see it firsthand, and the first thing that hits you is that smell. All the power poles, one after another, they're snapped and down all over the place.
They're now at the center of a debate of whether or not the utility company should have cut power in the lead up to the fires. Many saying that the electrified downed power poles helped fuel the fires. On Monday, Hawaii Electric's CEO defending the decision to keep the power flowing.
In Lahaina, the electricity powers the pumps that provide the water. And so that was also a critical need during that time.
Hundreds of people remain unaccounted for in the area more than a week after the wildfires erupted. Members with FEMA Search and Rescue Task Force stressing that the process will take time.
We want to ensure everything is looked at, done properly, so everybody alive or deceased gets to come home to their family.
President Biden says he will visit Lahaina soon, sending this message.
But not just our prayers. Every asset they need will be there for them.
Aid will also arrive from what might seem like an unlikely place, Austin, Minnesota, home of Hormel Foods, the makers of Spam. Hormel partnered with a nonprofit to deliver water, supplies, and, of course, cans of Spam. Hawaii consumes roughly 8 million cans per year, more than any other state. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And back here at home, help is on the way from San Antonio. Hawaiians in the Alamo City are making an effort to help their family and friends. Hawaii native Melina Lee owns Sweet Grace Bakery, and her one-woman operation is small, but she plans to donate 2% of her profits for the remainder of the year to recovery efforts in Maui. Lee says she was inspired by the help her family received after they were affected by flooding.
The entire state came together and raised money and did everything they could to make sure that we were taken care of. And so I feel like it's just our duty to do the same thing for Maui because we're a big family.
Lee is also raffling off one of her cakes. Those tickets are $2 each. She says 100% of those donations will go directly to the Hawaii Community Foundation. There's a link to buy those raffle tickets right now on our website at ksat.com.
In Hawaii, the word ohana means family, and that extends through all of the islands. As the people of Maui cope with those devastating fires, their ohana across the ocean is sending help. Sarah Yee was born and raised on Oahu, but has long been a franchise owner of the two L&L restaurants here in San Antonio. The second Friday of every month at L&L is called Aloha Friday, and now it will become a continuous fundraiser for the people of Maui. 25% of proceeds are going to that community, and the restaurant says they'll keep a donation jar at the register for the foreseeable future.
You don't need to be a blood relative because our culture transcends biology, so we are all connected through the culture.
There's a word that Hawaiians use. We use imua, which means to move forward. So in times of this distress, we like to come together.
The San Antonio restaurant will also donate a chunk of money they make on orders through their app, so people ordering online can also help out.
Time now 6:10 and 81 degrees for now.
Glad you're with us on this Wednesday. Still to come on GMSA, Amazon is helping people buy cheaper insulin through its online pharmacy. How it works with coupons coming up before 6:30.
And after the break, terrifying moments for a mother caught on camera. How a neighbor was able to help save her baby in just moments.
We'll also talk to RJ about your morning commute, but right now I'll look outside with live cam towards San Antonio International Airport and a very busy morning on Loop 410. We'll be back. 6:14, topping your morning headlines. Former President Donald Trump has 9 days to turn himself in to officials in Georgia for a racketeering indictment. That indictment accuses Trump of applying pressure on officials for weeks to overturn election results, including 11 phone calls and one to the Georgia Secretary of State. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office says he plans for the former president to have his mugshot taken like any other defendant.
House Republicans are concerned about a possible government shutdown, and they're pitching a government funding package to avoid one after next month. Now, during a conference call on Monday night, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy told his fellow Republicans a continuing resolution would be needed to keep the government up and running. McCarthy hasn't said how long a resolution is needed to prevent a shutdown. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he believes a funding extension could go through early December.
Actor Matthew McConaughey and his family are working to help survivors of the deadly wildfires that have devastated Maui. McConaughey is sponsoring a flight to deliver emergency supplies requested by state relief organizations. That flight will deliver emergency supplies, will have an immediate impact on children and families.
Meanwhile, a terrifying situation for a Texas mother caught on camera. So this is in Porter, just north of Houston. That woman ran to her neighbor's house for help with her choking baby. That mom knew which house to go to because she had seen her neighbor in an EMS uniform.
She immediately just handed me the child. So I'm sitting there going like this, trying to, okay, what do I do? You know, what's the number to 911? Oh, wait.
Eric Watson is a paramedic and says he was able to clear the baby's airway. She is expected to be fine, and there's even a San Antonio connection to this story. Our sister station in Houston reports that Watson is also a UTSA student.
Wow, all caught on camera too. They're on one of those doorbell cameras.
That's very scary. I'm glad everything's okay.
Me too. All right, 6:16.
Let's go ahead and check back with RJ Marcus.
All right, guys, traffic's starting to build up a little bit. We mentioned a couple school districts starting their first day back to school today. We're going to talk about how one road closure is definitely affecting one of those right now as we speak. So taking a look outside TransGuide traffic cameras, US 98 Medio Creek, things looking pretty good there. 281 Jones-Maltzberger Road, traffic moving along pretty smooth throughout our areas. We see here, starting to see a little bit of traffic build up in the normal sort of busier spots that we see. 281 81, especially there in the north side, and of course 90 out by Castroville. A little bit of a traffic buildup, but again, right now, no major accidents to speak of. People kind of behaving themselves right now on the roads, and that is good news. So we mentioned that earlier that Judson ISD is starting school today, and there's a pretty big road closure to let you know about there out in Converse. So this is Rocket Lane eastbound at Thornton and Loop 1604. They are doing some construction work there on Rocket Lane, and of course Rocket Lane leads all the way down to Judson High School right there and Judson Middle School. So this is something to kind of keep note of. Of course, traffic starting to, you can see right there, build on both lanes or both directions of 1604. So this is something that we're going to keep an eye out, and for people that are headed out there to Judson Middle School, Judson High School, something to keep in mind. I'm pretty sure if you live in that area, you're probably well aware that Rocket Lane, there's been a lot of ongoing construction there. It's between Thornton there and Loop 1604. So again, something to keep in mind as Judson starts its first day of school. Also keep in mind to be aware of those school zones and also those bus passing rules as the kids make their way around. But the northeast side, guys, of course, growing like many parts of San Antonio by leaps and bounds. So something that people out there at Judson ISD going to have to kind of get used to for a little bit.
Oh yeah, more and more every year.
Yeah.
Yes, we're getting used to parent pickup, and yesterday in the triple digits, although not too bad in the shade.
Yeah. It's even in the shade, man. It's rough. But yeah, you're right. The parent pickup, just be aware that the temperatures are going to be soaring again this afternoon. We're back in the triple digits again today. This probably comes as no surprise to anyone. 81 right now. Humidity's at 42%, I should say. So it's low. You would think temperatures would come down a little bit more. I keep saying that, and it's just not happening. 81, but at least there's no heat index. There is that, and I don't think we're going to see a lot of heat indices just kind of off the charts today because humidity levels, at least San Antonio and points north, are a little bit lower. It makes it feel just a little bit better outside. We can see that here on the dew point map. Dew points are in the 50s, Kerrville, New Braunfels, San Antonio. That's relatively dry air. You go south of this boundary, which, as you remember, worked in yesterday, and you get some pretty humid air. That's where we could see a few showers this afternoon, too. One or two, like yesterday. Nothing big on the radar, but the possibility is there. Locally, 54, the dew point in Bernie, 56, Rio Medina, 53, Castroville. So some drier air there. Here's the problem we have with this, though. That relative humidity comes down into the teens. That's where you start to get into some fire danger with air that dry. And we know with the drought, everything is just brown and crunchy. This means fires can develop very quickly and spread very quickly. That'll be the one issue we have, I think, this afternoon. Here's a look at the forecast. I mentioned that potential for a couple of showers, maybe a storm. I can't rule it out. This is 4 o'clock. I think anything we see is probably south of San Antonio like yesterday. But there is a small potential there. We'll keep an eye on the radar. It's not going to last very long if we see anything at all. And this will die down by 7, 8 p.m. with a loss of daytime heating. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 9 a.m., 84 degrees, noontime 95, 97 at 1 o'clock. We're up around 104 today. Another triple-digit day. We just keep adding to the list, and you see that 10% chance in the forecast. You get the sense that what's going on in the Atlantic is really about to pick up. We're starting to move more into the peak of hurricane season, and it's just setting up for things to get really busy. We've got a couple waves now that are really starting to take shape. Hurricane Center is monitoring 2 here, one that has a 30% chance of development, another 40% chance of development. But in the short term, I think what we want to watch closely here is what could transpire in the Gulf next week. Hurricane Center is giving this a 20% chance of development. Nothing there yet. There's a wave back out here that really is not showing much of anything. But once it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, could it develop? Small possibility of that. Something we'll be watching. Will it affect us? That's the other big question. High pressure is going to be back over us by tomorrow into Friday. That boosts temperatures some. But by the weekend, it moves north. And that kind of opens the door for whatever is in the Gulf of Mexico to move east to west. Will it develop? Where does it go? How much moisture does it bring into South Texas? All big questions we can't quite answer just yet. There's still a lot of uncertainty. Models are not in agreement. So we'll have to wait and see here. But there is some glimmers of hope. If we could get some tropical moisture in here, that would bring some rain chances back into play. Right now, we're just talking about a 10 to 20% chance of rain. But stay tuned. If things start looking a little bit better, we'll let you know. Or could miss us altogether. These are all possibilities I'm hoping, though, that we get something out of it.
I remember earlier this summer we were talking about that this time of year, especially if you're new to town, one of our only sources of rain some years has been something out of the tropics, and it's been dead quiet.
It's true, and things are starting to heat up there. So not only do we watch the Atlantic, we also watch the Pacific.
True.
Because oftentimes we can get moisture from Pacific hurricanes as well. We're starting to get into that season. Hopefully that helps with the drought.
Yeah, we hope something pans out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justin.
622, 81 degrees.
We'll be right back with your consumer headlines.
There it is. That feeling you get when you can do more with less asthma. It starts with Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Can you picture it? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
In your consumer headlines, Amazon making it easier to use coupons on insulin prescriptions, The company's digital pharmacy will now automatically apply the manufacturer's coupon before you purchase the medication. The move is crucial for the uninsured who can be charged hundreds of dollars more for insulin.
YouTube's new health policies will now see cancer misinformation removed from the site. False treatment information will also be taken down. The move is part of a long-term plan to fight medical misinformation. Targets will include content denying the existence of certain diseases.
And just in time for tailgating, LG's new portable touchscreen TV is here. The Stand By Me Go has a 27-inch screen and a battery that's good for 3 hours. LG says you can pre-order now. It's expected to start shipping at the end of the month, just in time for the football season.
Looks kind of funny.
Like a giant iPad.
Yeah. Time now 6:26 and 80 degrees for now.
Still ahead at 6:30, the San Antonio airport making history after one of the busiest summers ever. A look at new records and what it means for the Alamo City.
If your water bill is higher than usual, you might want to check for a leak. Why? The summer heat is putting pipes under pressure.
This morning on GMSA, Pre-K for SA says backpacks will not be allowed on campuses after a gun is found in one belonging to a 3-year-old. What charges the parent could be facing? Plus,
I mean, this is hundreds of gallons thousands that have been wasted.
A major water leak reported in a neighborhood for months with no response. What SAWS is saying about the spill and why it took so long to fix.
Another gorgeous sunrise alert. We're going to get you a shot of that coming up a little bit later on. I'm outside right now looking at the twilight over San Antonio International Airport.
Yeah, it looks pretty out there. Good morning. It is 6 Thursday and it is Wednesday, August 16th.
Thank you so much for starting your day with us, and I think we're going to talk back to school again. Yes, we are. All right, so our big back to school week continues today. Students from Judson, Floresville, and Randolph Field ISD are going back to class this morning.
And many started yesterday, including San Antonio ISD, Schertz, Cibolo, and Universal City ISD. There are several schools that will start next week as well. And to see our complete list, you can check out our website at kset.com. And I know, Justin, your kiddos went back to school as well.
They did. Good day yesterday. It was a good day, and they were happy. So that's all that mattered. They took naps too. They got home from school. They were tired.
You have to get used to it.
You or them?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah,
both. Group effort.
For sure. And this heat will sap the energy right out of you, the way these temperatures are shaping up. August, what a rough month. I mean, every day this month we've been at 100 or above. What a stretch. 5.7 degrees above average. That's actually a huge number when you're taking in the average temperature. 106 has been the hottest so far, although I think as we get into tomorrow, could go even hotter, if you could believe that. And now we're at 50, 100-degree days so far this year, and we keep adding to that list. One thing you'll notice as you walk out the door this morning, lower humidity. It feels just a little bit better outside. I know temperatures are still warmer, still at about 80. but taking away the humidity helps somewhat. We still have that weak frontal boundary around here, and we're on the drier side of things here in San Antonio. South of that line, you're going to run into more humidity. Dew points in the mid-50s. That really just does not feel all that bad. And we'll see low humidity throughout the day. Still some hot temperatures, but lower humidity. Temperatures make their way up to around 99 at 2 o'clock. And by 5 p.m., we're at 104. Mostly sunny. There is a very small chance of a shower or two generally south of San Antonio. Kind of like yesterday, most of us stay dry, but we can't completely rule it out. We're going to talk about the long-term forecast, which gets interesting next week. More on that in just a bit. Let's get over to RJ. We'll hope that things aren't interesting on the roads.
Yes, things starting to build up just a little bit out there. Figured that during our 6 o'clock hour as we take you outside. TransGuide traffic cameras 90 at 410. Things looking pretty good there. I-10 Woodstone there on the northwest side. Traffic moving along pretty smooth in our area. Our citywide map here showing a lot of green on our screen. So that's good news for some of our drivers. But we've had a couple of things pop up over the past couple of minutes or so. There is a stalled vehicle being reported there on Loop 410, the southbound lanes at I-10 on kind of the east side, kind of that border between the east and northeast side out there by Kirby. So definitely something to keep in mind out there. It's a stalled vehicle, Loop 410, these southbound lanes at I-10. And of course, this has been an area that we've seen a lot of construction, a lot of traffic over the past couple of weeks or so, or closures. So something that drivers need to kind of keep in mind there. We saw the map earlier when Converse, we do have Rocket Lane that's closed right now. Judson ISD is starting school. So that's something to kind of keep in mind if you are taking the kiddos out to school there. Judson Middle School, Judson High School being affected. We'll check in with Converse here in just a little bit. But speaking of that area, there you go. 1604 at the FM 78 traffic moving pretty smooth there, and 90 at Medio Creek. It's been a busy week for 90. Things looking good so far out there for those drivers on the near west side. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Good news. Thank you, RJ. The search has begun for the cause of a fire that destroyed a family's home.
Katrina Weber's live where firefighters have been working since around 4 o'clock this morning. That house on a street called Clydeville, just behind San Antonio International Airport.
And Katrina, you mentioned earlier that the damage extended to more than just the home.
Well, that's right. According to what firefighters tell us, there are several attached buildings on this home, and we can see one of them right there. It looks like a garage or a carport where there is pretty heavy damage. The cars inside also damaged, and they tell us there also was a utility room that was destroyed along with the house. What you can't see here is the damage done to the house, a big hole in the roof of it. Let me show you just this response that they had here from the fire department. More than a dozen units here about 4 o'clock this morning. They say when they rolled up, there was fire on the entire side of this house. They got to work. They had to hit it with 4 different engines at the same time to put the fire out. Now, police told us when they arrived just before the fire crews, they actually heard live ammunition going off inside the house. Apparently, there was some guns inside and ammunition, and that was burning in the fire, setting that off. They also were concerned about some propane tanks here on the property, but firefighters tell us those were not damaged by the fire. But the house is destroyed. The back and front yards also caught fire. But firefighters say the one bright spot is that apparently the couple who lived here had a pretty extensive play area for their grandchildren in the backyard, and that was untouched. And by the way, the people who lived here did make it out safely. They were checked out briefly by EMS, but they apparently are okay. Reporting live on the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. San Antonio police have arrested the father of a 3-year-old child found with a handgun at school. Police say this all began yesterday morning at the Pre-K for SA West Education Center. That's on Enrique Barrera Parkway. A teacher found the handgun in the 3-year-old's backpack and notified campus security. Police say the 35-year-old man is now facing child endangerment charges. In a statement, Pre-K for SA says the child did not know the gun was in the backpack. Now the child's in the care of Child Protective Services. SAPD says more possible charges, more arrests are possible coming up soon. Pre-K for SA says backpacks will not be allowed on its campus temporarily. Parents are asked to bring their child's things in a clear Ziploc bag. Looking ahead, the city of San Antonio is hosting town hall events tonight asking for your opinion on the 2024 city budget.
Town halls will continue through the end of the month all over our area, and it's a chance for people to ask questions or comment on the budget plan. Between now and Saturday, there will be 4 of those town halls. The 3 on your screen are happening today and tomorrow night. You can head over to ksat.com for the full list.
A Northside water leak has been running for months.
And it's wasting countless gallons of water, according to people who live in that area, which is by Thousand Oaks. Now, water shot up like a geyser Monday afternoon as San Antonio Water System crews worked to get that leak to stop. So many who live off of Pebble Breeze and Pebble Peak tell us they've made numerous calls to SAWS since May, but didn't see a crew until yesterday. Neighbors tell us that SAWS told them the leak came from a city-owned meter. Those we spoke to say they haven't seen a spike in bills and water pressure remains steady. However, they say it's still frustrating as San Antonio deals with drought conditions and stage 2 water restrictions.
I'm out hand watering every night when I get home from work just to keep the landscaping alive. So, trying to stay compliant, but at the same time looking over there going, come on, guys.
Now, we asked SAWS about the leak. In a statement, it reads in part, we're having challenges with escalating breaks and leaks. We are working hard with 52 crews working 24/7, as well as 2 external contractors.
This is an active map of water leaks on the website. There are about 170 water leaks pending investigation. Confirmed leaks are broken down into priority groups, including 5 Priority 1 leaks.
Now, according to SAWS, they are considered an emergency because they're causing property damage or a water service outage. If possible, they're repaired same day. Priority 2 leaks, not associated with damage or an outage, but they do cause water loss. There are 13 of those. SAWS estimates most of those repairs are done within about 3 days. And SAWS says Priority 3 leaks cause low to moderate water loss or water pooling or running down the street. Those repairs can take 1 to 2 weeks.
And on this note, if your water bill is higher than usual, you might want to check for a leak, and the heat may be the reason why. Plumbers are telling us that they are getting more calls than usual from people seeing higher water bills. Now, culprit is often a leak since soils dry from the summer heat, and then heavy water demand, and that can cause your pipes to shift or crack.
Especially older PVC that might have become a little bit more brittle, and now when that pressure, the ground pressure is pushing on them in different ways, they have a tendency to crack at their weakest point.
Also, if you find a soggy spot in your yard or a nice green spot, your water bill is and usually high, it may be time to call your plumber.
Yeah, it'll be a very unusually green spot with a lot of grass.
Right, you're like, yay, you're like, oh, wait a minute, boo.
Compared to everything else that's brittle and dead.
Yes.
6:39, 80 degrees.
It's a big week for kids going back to school, and just ahead, we have a few ideas to keep your kids on a sleep schedule so they can be the best student the next day.
6:43, welcome back. The school year is now underway for many families across our area.
And a new school year means a new bedtime routine for the kiddos. So parents might be noticing sleeping problems with their children. Doctors recommend shifting your child's sleep schedule prior to school starting if you can. But if school has already started for your family, you can still do this now. An out of sync sleep schedule for kids can lead to behavior problems and trouble focusing in class.
Regardless of how many hours of sleep they're getting, if that sleep is not ideal, it's not good sleep, it's interrupted sleep, then that can be a problem as well.
Experts say your kids should avoid screen time at least 30 minutes to an hour before bedtime. Instead, they can do things like reading, coloring, drawing, or journaling to help prepare them for sleep.
If kids head into the school day sleep deprived, that affects how they're able to focus. It affects how they're able to learn new information. It affects how they're able to handle big emotions.
And when it comes to the weekend, doctors recommend you keep your child's sleep schedule the same so their internal body clock can stay on track. You can learn how many hours doctors recommend your child to sleep per night by heading over to our website at ksat.com.
We're going to rely on RJ to help us show off this beautiful sunrise this morning. Any of those cameras pointing east are getting a great view.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as the sun comes up, we're getting a better look at some of the traffic out there in our area. As Mark mentioned, some great views here from our TransGuide traffic cameras. Looking at 281 Jones-Maltzberger Road, traffic moved along pretty smooth in our area. 281 and Encino Road on the north side there, traffic moving along pretty well so far, considering we are in a very busy 6 o'clock hour. Hopefully we kind of stay this way. Do want to mention, though, we do have a stalled vehicle out there in the northeast side. This is past 1604. This is southbound lanes of 35 at Retama Parkway. And you see traffic over the past couple of minutes starting to build up here starting to build up. Again, I just checked this about 5-10 minutes ago, and it was not like this. So definitely something to keep in mind there for folks headed out there near the Forum, Universal City, Cibolo, and of course our friends out there in Selma as well. Moving a little bit down here on 1604, we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but Rocket Lane is closed. They're doing a lot of construction right there in Rocket Lane to kind of widen out some of those lanes there. And big deal, why we're bringing this up is because Judson ISD starts school today, and Judson Middle School is right there, and then Judson High School is further on down the road. So Rocket Lane eastbound at Thornton and Loop 410. Something to keep in mind. We see traffic building up there, at least in one direction of 1604. So something for our drivers to definitely keep in mind. So we'll give you one more look at our TransGuide traffic camera, as Mark mentioned. Some great views out there on your Wednesday morning.
90 shot. Hey, we want to thank the viewer that sent in a picture of a girl that looks amazingly like Stephanie Cerna's daughter.
That is her. Happy back to school, Rooney. Yeah, she started school yesterday. And she was telling me that, recess was a little warm, but she said she found some shade and had a great time organizing, I guess, for their grade or her classroom. It was all about organizing yesterday.
So she's SAISD. You said there was a big balloon thing, arrangement. And, and it was a busy area because a lot of parents were taking pictures of the kids by those balloons.
Right. So there was like a setup. You can't really see the setup from that angle. You just see some of the balloons. And yeah, there was a big line. She was like, I'm good. So we just walked around it, and, she was just ready to say hi to all her friends.
Well, you guys keep taking those pictures because there's going to be a day where they'll be like, I'm good.
I know.
I don't want to.
I realize that. I'm just like, real quick.
Take as many as you can.
You got to. Keep the memories. She got some new kicks, too.
Yeah, she did. She's a fan of Nike.
It's all about back to school, man. Sunrise, you guys mentioned it. It's looking good out there. The sun will be up in about 20 minutes. 7:02. Official sunrise this morning. That's a great shot, isn't it? As we look towards downtown, temperatures right now 81. Shout out to Bernie, though. Last check, now right now it says 70. Just a few minutes ago, they were down to 68. I forgot what that feels like. Great to see it on the map. 77 in Seguin, 72 in Kerrville. We're still struggling to cool down here in San Antonio, but at least the air is dry. It feels just a little bit better out there. And the heat index, which we've struggled with all summer, won't really be there today. So we're just going to take the air temperature, because with drier air, you lose the heat index, and we're going to be with dry air most of the day. That frontal boundary came through yesterday, and it's pushed dew points down into the 50s here around San Antonio. 55 Kerrville, 56 here in San Antonio. You go south of that front, and there are some higher relative humidities and dew points. 70 current dew point there in Cotulla, so quite a bit more humid. And that's a place where we could see a couple showers pop up later today. But here around town, still very dry. Relative humidity will be low. In fact, it drops down into the teens, which is nice in the sense it doesn't give us a heat index, yes, but the other side to that is it increases our fire danger. It's quite high today. In fact, it's in the very high category according to the Texas Forest Service. And this encompasses a large area, this very high risk. San Antonio over to Kerrville, up into the Hill Country, Dallas over to East Texas. This is where we could see wildfires develop rather quickly. The drought compounded with that low relative humidity today, not a good combination. What about rain? Saw a couple showers yesterday, only a couple out towards Del Rio. But that front around today, I wouldn't be surprised to see one or two more showers pop up. Nothing significant. I think most of this stays south of San Antonio, but we will keep an eye on the radar a little bit later today. We added in a 10% chance of rain to account for that. Meantime, the aquifer still dropping. We could use a lot more rain than what we're getting. 625.7 as of last check this morning. That's the lowest it's been since 1990. Okay, this is a really low number, and we really need some rain to bring the aquifer levels up. We're hoping next week does bring some changes. 104 today, 100 Fair Oaks Ranch, 104 New Braunfels, 103 in Seguin this afternoon. And as we look at the futurecast, high pressure starts to move over Texas next couple days. That brings heat back. But by the weekend, this thing moves north. A little tropical wave works across the Gulf of Mexico. What happens with that? Does it develop? Does it bring us some tropical moisture here? These are all questions we can't quite answer yet because the models are not in agreement. But this particular model does want to throw some moisture in our direction by Tuesday. We'll keep our fingers crossed. There's a lot of variables at play here, but the Hurricane Center has given us a 20% chance of development next week. Definitely something to watch. And as that high pressure moves out of the way, that could be good for us. 107 tomorrow, 104 Friday. The weekend will be hot. And there you see we've added in some small rain chances Monday and Tuesday. Stay tuned for more updates on that.
We will. We'll be listening closely and hoping.
Yes. I think we'll have a better idea by Friday into the weekend.
Okay, sounds good.
About 10 till 80 degrees.
And back to school means a doctor's visit for many families, but despite all the effort, your kids will most likely get sick this school year. So how you can give them a chance to fight off infection tomorrow on GMSA.
Taking a look outside on your Wednesday morning, we've pulled up actually one of our TransGuides to catch a little bit of that sunrise. It's not quite as bright as it was about 10 or 15 minutes ago, but still, nonetheless, a beautiful start to our Wednesday.
Welcome back at 6:54. Before you go, San Antonio International Airport made history in July with over 1 million passengers flying in and out of the Alamo City. This comes after the airport's busiest ever May and June, as well as the busiest single day on July 31st with more than 41,000 passengers. The previous high for monthly passengers was set in July of 2019 with about 960,000 passengers. During July, Southwest Airlines resumed daily nonstop service to Kansas City and added a third daily flight to Baltimore on weekdays.
Coming up today on GMSA at 9, Sarah Spivey and David Sears will be out there for a Science with Sarah experiment. They're going to make slushies. It's their last experiment at the zoo before they start their school visit. So tune in for that and much more today on GMSA at 9.
Should be fun. Time now 6:55. Let's check back with RJ Marcus.
Yeah, it should be a good time out there. All right, we're going to run through a couple different things we're looking at. Straight to maps, 35 southbound there at Retama Parkway. We have a stalled vehicle there. Traffic starting to build up. Down here by the Kirby, Fort Sam area, we have a stalled vehicle there. Loop 410 southbound at I-10, of course, a very busy area to begin with. And then we go to the northwest side, and we're going to have another stalled vehicle there at I-10 west at Wurzbach. So definitely some things starting to build up in the area. This is something that we'll continue to follow and give you more updates as we get to our 7 o'clock hour. Justin, how are things looking outside?
Well, if you haven't been outside yet, RJ, it feels great. There's some drier air that has worked in. So, yeah, temperatures are still warm, but the humidity levels are lower, and it does make a difference. 104 today, 107 tomorrow. We're going to have a high fire danger both days. Keep that in mind. And a very small chance for shower generally south of San Antonio a little bit later today. Weekend's hot, but we're watching what goes on next week. Still some questions. Maybe some tropical moisture heads in our direction. Still some questions there, but we'll keep you posted.
Boy, you got us curious and want to find out more in the coming days.
Finally, a pattern change. Finally.
Hard not to be excited.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Justin. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day. Good Morning America is next.